Hi, I'm gonna do a get ready with me today and a story time, and I'm gonna tell a story of the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life, and hopefully you think it's funny too. So I'm gonna start. I need to remove my makeup from yesterday. I haven't done that yet. I just got out of the shower. I was watching the debate on TV, presidential debate, and took a long time to take a shower today. So I got my face moisturized. My kids just interrupted me, so I'm not even sure what I was saying. But anyway, figured I'd tell you guys a story about when we were moving. We just moved into this house a couple months ago. Well, like 6 months actually. And I'm married, and it's a story about my husband. I guess to start out, I had bought a vibrator. And it was, I guess it was slightly bigger than what most people would think is average. Just a smidge bigger, not huge. Okay, maybe, yeah, it was pretty big. I was confused when I was in the store with it because it made everything else look small. And if you're gonna buy a dildo, you want it to have a good time. So, but it's pretty big and it's purple. And my husband calls it purple pain, which is a pretty accurate name for the dildo. So anyway, he obviously knows that I have it, and we were getting ready to move, and really this whole thing is his fault because I wanted to get a U-Haul and move all of our stuff with a U-Haul in like one day, but he said that his brother would help us move with his truck, like a pickup truck, all of our stuff from our apartment to our house, a 3-bedroom house. So it was the day that we were moving, and it was me, my husband, and his brother and his wife were all moving our stuff. And I was putting stuff in my car because I have an SUV, and I was just trying to help out with the little stuff. And we were making our way to our bedroom items, and I just had this flash of his brother opening my nightstand and seeing my dildo, and that would be super embarrassing. So I didn't want that to happen. So before they got into our bedroom to get the stuff out of there, I went in there and got purple paint and put her in my car in the glove box. And after that I totally forgot about it and just wasn't thinking about it. And everything went well, and we finished moving stuff. Well, we didn't get everything moved that day, and then it was the next day, and me and my husband were both off, and my son was in school. I have a daughter who is 3, so she's not in school, and we thought, well, we can move some stuff. He has a little cruise, his car is, so he could fit some little stuff in it, but not really much. And So I was just driving that car with our daughter in it, and we were making trips back and forth. Our new house was about 5 minutes away from our apartment, between 5 and 10 minutes, I'd say. And so we had to move the kitchen table yet. We had to move the kitchen table, and he thought it would fit in my SUV, which it did. It did. It ended up fitting. But he went ahead and left with the table and stuff, and I was grabbing some little stuff and getting my daughter around in the car seat. And so he left like 5 minutes before I did, I would say, to go to the house with the table. And I'm on the highway, and I see a white SUV pull over by a cop. And my first thought was, man, that really sucks for that person that they're pulled over. You know, I feel bad when I see people pulled over. And then it hit me that I have a white SUV, and that looked a lot like my car. So then I start, you know, not really panicking, but thinking, man, I know his ass is going to get a ticket, because he always does, and every time he gets pulled over, he gets a ticket. And you can say I've been pulled over probably a good 10 to 15 times, and I've never gotten a ticket. You know, I feel like if you just tell the cop you're sorry, then they're not going to give you a ticket, because they never give me a ticket. So that's some advice for anyone out there. But anyway, I drive past him, and yeah, it was my husband. And so I'm just heading back to the house, and he starts calling me. So I answer, and the first thing I say is, "Did you get a ticket?" And he said, "No, I didn't get a ticket. I didn't get a ticket, but there was something in your glove box when I went to get your registration for your car." And I'm like, totally had forgotten about that purple paint being in the glove box. And he's like, "Why didn't you warn me what was in your glove box?" And I'm just sitting there like, what is he talking about? What was in my glove box? I have no idea what he's talking about. And then it hits me. My dildo was in the glove box. And I said, "Did the cops see the dildo?" And he said, "Well, when I opened up the glove box, it fell out on the floor." So yeah, the cop seen it. He opened up the glove box, and my huge purple dildo came rolling out and hit the floor. And but he didn't get a ticket, and I think it's because of that. I think the cop thought that this guy's a freak. I need to get out of here before this guy attacks me. So clearly I still think it's funny. I was laughing so hard I was crying, and he did not see the humor in it at all. Which I don't know why he wouldn't think that's funny, because like I said, that's probably the funniest thing, which I guess it didn't happen to me, but it's the funniest story. I couldn't make it up. Like, it's so hilarious to me. But so, uh, you know, we live in a small town, and we've driven by that same cop because that's like the same cop that is around this town. Like, you know, I don't know if he's the sheriff, but he's, you know, like the main guy who works in this town, drives around this town. And my husband and I've never been pulled over ever since. And every time we drive by and see that cop, I'm like, he's probably afraid to pull this car over. He doesn't know what kind of freak is driving it. So yeah, that's my story. So a little bit about me. I am 31, soon to be 32, and been wanting to start a channel just to talk about stuff. I feel like I'm a funny person, so I just want to, you know, talk about stuff that I like, which I like makeup, and I watch a lot of the drama channels on YouTube. You know, a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about, like the whole James Charles and Tati thing that just went down. I try to talk to my friends about it, and nobody knows what I'm talking about. They all think that I'm crazy and that I watch weird things on YouTube all day, which, you know, I guess it's true. But what do you guys think about the whole James Charles thing? I was subscribed to him, but I've never been a huge fan. Clearly, I'm a lot older than he is. I think a lot more mature, maybe. His content, I don't like to hear him sing, which I'm not saying that he's a bad singer. It just makes me cringe every time he sings. And just from everything that you hear about him, I don't understand why he's so popular. Like, he seems like a spoiled brat. Like, that's exactly what he seems like. But clearly I'm on Team Tati and Jeffree Star, even though I do think that Jeffree Star is an unstable person, but he's funny, and he's obviously a very good business person, because that man's got a lot of money. You can tell that by his Snapchat in his videos, clearly. So yeah, that's about it. I just gotta put on some eyeliner. I still wear eyeliner on the bottom waterline, which is apparently not popular to do anymore. But that's just how I've always done my makeup. I don't put black eyeliner at the top on my top lid at all. I just put it in my waterline, and if I don't do that, people think I'm sick. See, because I've tried not doing that, and people always ask me if I'm crying or sick. So it's easier to just live my life with my black eyeliner and look like I'm from the 90s, which I am. So, well, I was born in the 80s, but still late 80s. But I guess that's everything. I was just doing a quick makeup look. This is basically how I would do my makeup every day before work and whatnot. So if you like this video, subscribe, and I'm gonna have some more content out like this, I suppose.